Howdy, this is David Groce, your Texas tax and lawman. Welcome back to America 250, our celebration of the United States bi-sesquicentennial and our look into the Revolutionary War period and the principles that birthed our nation. On the night of April 18, 1775, 2 years after the Boston Tea Party, British regulars marched out of Boston with orders to seize colonial military supplies stored in Concord, Massachusetts. Their target was the magazine, the colonists' store of gunpowder, muskets, and ammunition. This was not merely a military maneuver. It was an attempt by the British Crown to disarm the American people. Colonial spies intercepted intelligence of the planned raid. Writers such as Paul Revere and William Dawes spread the alarm. By dawn on April 19th, armed patriots stood ready on Lexington Green. When the British column arrived, the first shots of the Revolutionary War rang out. The shot, heard round the world, echoed through history. The British pushed on to Concord, but the colonists had already moved most of the supplies. At the North Bridge, colonial militiamen engaged the regulars directly. What followed on the march back to Boston became a master class in American resistance. The colonists employed effective guerrilla warfare tactics. Instead of fighting in the open European style, they used stone walls, trees, and farm fields as cover. They fired from concealed positions, striking the British columns repeatedly while minimizing their own exposure. This was the birth of a distinctly American way of war. Citizen soldiers defending their homes and liberties. At the heart of this conflict was the right to keep and bear arms. The British sought to confiscate weapons and powder because they understood that an armed populace is far harder to control. The colonists refused to surrender their means of self-defense. They understood that the ultimate goal was to keep tyranny at bay. These were not professional soldiers, but farmers, tradesmen, and mechanics, men like you and me, who believed that their rights came from God, not from government. They were willing to stand against the most powerful military on earth to preserve these liberties, including the right to worship freely and to govern themselves. The battles of Lexington and Concord proved that a free people, armed and determined, could challenge the British Empire. That day marked the point of no return. The Revolutionary War had begun in earnest. As we approach America's 250th birthday, the lessons of Lexington and Concord remain essential. The right to keep and bear arms is not about hunting or sport. It's a fundamental safeguard against tyranny. An armed and vigilant citizenry is the ultimate check on government overreach. Consider the quote from George Mason, a key founding father, delegate to the Constitutional Convention and father of the Bill of Rights. To disarm the people is the most effectual way to enslave them. The revolutionary generation understood that liberty must be defended actively, not taken for granted. This 4th of July, fly, O glory, high. Thank the good Lord for our freedom and live a life worthy of our heritage. Until next time, adios, and let freedom ring. God bless you, and God bless the United States of America.